Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Beyond the Act podcast. And as you can probably tell, I am not wearing any basketball attire. I'm wearing a different sports attire. So is Sully, because we are recording this um, episode about half an hour after the conclusion of the Leeds United Man United game in football. So Sully's happy.
I'm very happy. I'm a happy
Um,
guy.
I quick disclaimer before we start. Like, I'm if I like cough or go to get a drink multiple times today, my throat my
Me
throat
as
won't
well.
feel
Me as well.
it. But anyway, we could talk about football, but that's not what we're here for.
Never.
We are talking about the depending on what the result was, I was going to say the second most important thing that's happening today, but given the Leeds lost, is the first most important thing happening today, and that is the All-Star game.
Yes.
But we're not only just talking about the All-Star game, because if you guys remember, we didn't upload a video midweek like we were supposed to, and the last video that we uploaded was before the trade deadline. So
It was
it
the
feels
day
like
before.
forever since Ben Simmons became a Brooklyn Net and James Harden became a 76er. But obviously, we did talk about it a little bit in the podcast before it was official.
Mm-hmm.
It's now official, so I feel we're going to be talking about that too. And I feel like that's probably what we might start on, and then we'll go talk into the All-Star weekend. We'll talk about what's happened yesterday with the dunk contest and the 3-point contest. We'll talk about the drafted teams, and then we'll finally give our big prediction on what's going to happen. Hopefully, I'll be able to get this out before later on today. So the All-Star game wouldn't have happened before, but if not, it'll definitely be out tomorrow, the day after the All-Star game. But before we get into the summary of the trade deadline, make sure that you are liking the video, make sure that you're subscribing, sharing it out, all that good stuff. Just for me, because I'm not feeling great.
Come on, guys. For some, please.
Maybe if this video gets so many views, Leeds might win a game. We got Liverpool next. I'm not banking on it. But anyway,
I.
let's get straight into it and let's talk about this. Ben Simmons, you said it at the start of the season. You've been saying it for a very long time. Ben Simmons would be a Brooklyn Net. You did also say that it'd be for Kyrie Irving,
I was wrong on that part.
but you were wrong on that.
But I mean, this was weeks ago now. I said Kyrie for Ben. It just makes sense, and I meant it in the way because Kyrie's a scorer, and that's what the 76ers need. And they still got that in Harden. And I think that's actually a better trade because it makes way more sense. But, I mean, it's who took the L on that trade, do you think?
Oh man, it's genuinely. I personally think I put down on the little briefing before we started this. Is there a new favorite for the NBA title? And genuinely, I feel this Harden Embiid combination, it's going to be hella boring to watch them because they're going to average about like 60 free throws a game between them. So it's going to be hella boring to watch them, but it's going to win Philly a title. It has to win
I
Philly a title.
think if they don't, like, win a title, it'll be very disappointing. I think at the very least, they'll make conference finals again. I think they will make conference finals. They have
But then
to.
yeah, definitely. But then again, though, you look at what the Nets have got, and the Nets have now kind of like rounded their team a little bit more. So they've in the trade they got Curry. So Durant's linking up with Curry again. He
Yeah.
needs Curry to win these titles, man.
Yeah.
Oh
He
wait,
need. He
it's
need.
Seth Curry, not Steph, but it's still a Curry.
Still a Curry. Still a decent scorer,
Yeah,
and
they got
that's.
Drummond. They got Drummond from it. The Nets don't really have a center. They've now got Drummond, who you've known from his time on the Lakers is sometimes a little bit useless. I feel like he is a better like coming off the bench big that he was at the Sixers, but obviously he's now going to be probably moving into a more
prominent role, like playing more.
unless they play Blake over him. But I feel like both of them are kind of similar in the way that
Yeah.
they're not the best centers in the league.
Yeah. 100%.
And
But I think having both of them does help them because whoever they start, then they know they'll just be rotating them
yeah,
throughout the game. So I think it kind of makes sense. But if I'm honest, I think Brooklyn took a fat L on this trade. Like they did get some decent assets, but I think overall, like getting Seth Curry as a scorer to replace James Harden is just not. Nah,
talk to me about how important you think Ben Simmons is going to be on this team now.
he's gonna be very, very vital. Like his defense is gonna be what Brooklyn needed if it's gonna pan out the way it seems. Obviously, we've not seen Ben Simmons play a minute of action since I can't even remember how long. So
Yeah, obviously hasn't played this season,
yeah,
but he's
so
got a
I
chip
don't.
on he's got a chip on his shoulder.
100%. He
He's
needs.
not gonna be relied on to score.
Yeah,
We know that, which might complement his
which
game
is
a little
good
bit
for
more.
him. Which is
Yeah,
very good for him.
yeah. I think he'll probably slot into like a power forward role. Maybe I don't think he'll actually play point for him
No, he
because
won't. He
you
won't.
got carry there. Maybe he'll play point for the home games.
Maybe.
Which, to be
Well,
fair, I don't know. That might overwhelm him.
I've heard that Kyrie, like, he might end up getting the vaccine now.
I don't think it'll happen.
I mean, I don't know, but I feel like if that was to happen, that's a game changer for the league because
Definitely.
then they have him all the
I mean,
time.
Brooklyn are back on top there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't know because then that kind of diffuses the Harden situation. Like the only reason the Harden trade is as big as it is because Kyrie is not playing all the games. He's
Yeah.
only on away days, and I
Mhm.
think if that changes, then it's massive.
Definitely. And yeah, I mean, I do think that Philly are a strong team now, a stronger team now, and I
Oh
think
yeah, by a mile.
they should at least make the finals and probably beat whoever the West come out with because that
Mm,
is if Embiid and Harden stay healthy.
true, true. I mean, I just have you seen like Harden's already helped improve Embiid's step back. Like,
He got called for a travel the other day because of it.
yeah, I
Um,
mean, come on, like that was always gonna happen. If you're learning off James Harden, you're gonna be traveling a few times. But, but I mean, it just it's scary hours, man. It is scary hours.
it is scary hours, and genuinely, I think it's a little bit more competitive in the East now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm happy about the trade because it makes sense. And if Embiid was to get a title, now is the
This
time.
is how.
And
Yeah.
we want,
If
we
Harden
don't.
was to get a title, this is how.
True, true. I
This
mean,
is
if
probably
they
his
can't
biggest
do
shot.
it now,
Yeah.
then I don't think they could ever.
No, yeah, definitely because teams are going to get better. Harden's not getting any younger.
One
Obviously,
thousand percent.
Embiid's not a young center.
Yeah,
He's hitting his prime. Sorry, he's
yeah,
not an old center, but he's slowly getting into his prime. I think he's the
yeah.
best center in the NBA. I do like
He's up
like
there
in
with one of the
terms.
best players in the NBA.
Yeah, definitely. Him and Jokic is a tough decision.
Yeah,
But
thousand
you
percent.
got to go down in history as this is probably the best center battle in
Oh
NBA
yeah,
history. So
oh yeah.
you got someone like Embiid there, someone from the center position who can drop a 50 whenever he wants.
Literally
It's
the other day.
yeah, it's always dangerous.
Mm.
One center that definitely hasn't been dropping 50 is Porzingis, who the Porzingis experiment in Dallas is over. Luca's back on his ones, and Dallas have taken an L on this one. Porzingis got traded on the deadline from the Mavs to the Washington Wizards for Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans. If you're looking off of recent form, this might be a decent trade. Porzingis has never gelled well with Luca. He's never really worked as the second man. But now he's been put on a team where, he's going to be second man to Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever going to be a first man anymore.
Mm.
Obviously, I think Beal's out for a significant amount of time, so maybe this could be his time to
He's gonna have
actually,
to step up for the time being at least.
yeah, definitely. And obviously, he hasn't played yet
Mm.
for the Wizards, but I think this might be where um, he comes back and shows people what he was made of in those New York days.
I agree. I think once Bradley Beal's back, maybe even next season, like when they're both completely healthy, completely on their game, I think Porzingis will accommodate Bradley Beal's game quite well. Like the way it worked with him and Russ. Obviously, I know they're not the same type of player, but in the sense that how Russ being at Washington, it elevated both of them. I feel like this will do the same thing, and obviously we saw how good Washington were last year, and I
Hmm.
feel like it might just do the same thing. And then let's say they have a good off season as well.
Hmm.
You never know. Washington might be one of those teams to maybe not sleep on too much next season,
Yeah, I
especially
mean,
with this now.
there's a lot of teams like that. You're
Yeah,
looking at
true.
in the East at the moment. So yeah, definitely. It's a packed conference. You know, they don't have the big, you know, the Golden States, the Phoenix Suns, but they have a lot of players. They have a lot of teams who
Yes.
are very alike to each other. In Dallas's, you know, the way that Dallas have come off of this, do you think that Luca not having a All Star level number two next to him is going to detriment him, or do you think he's one of those that maybe, you know, he's young, he's still to adapt, but maybe he's turning into one of those players who it kind of has to be him and a load of role players. He can't really do it with any big players.
I mean, it's a tough one because, like, as good as Luca is, and he's up there in the league, I think anyone at that age needs a number two because not many can do it on their own. Not many. Even some of the best in the league need someone there. Like we saw LeBron when he was first at LA, he needed the AD. Like they all need someone. You can't do it on your own. And I think it's the exact same situation here. Like Luca, he's amazing, and obviously he's gonna run that team as as well as he can. But I think in the off season now they're gonna have to try and get someone that'll help him to be there because otherwise Lucas he may be looking at a different team if Dallas aren't gonna do what they can for him because that's
Yeah,
the type
maybe.
of player he needs to be right now for them. And they just need to then accommodate him. That's the only way I can see it happening.
I still see Dallas as, you know, they're a playoff lock just by having Luca. Any team's a playoff lock by just having Luca. But
Yeah, no, I agree.
I do get where you're coming from. That sometimes you do need to have someone.
Yeah.
Um, maybe not even someone like of all star level like Porzingis. You know, Porzingis was someone who, as a second option, still see. You know, it wasn't going for him. He wasn't kind of. I don't even want to say used to it because he played there for a while, but in the way that someone like I'm trying to think of a decent I'm not gonna give a name, but just someone who is a second option who has been used to being a second option and
Yeah,
can take about 10, 12 shots a night and still be efficient with it, like a Chris Middleton maybe. Um,
maybe.
you
But
know, someone who can
it's
kind of
just about
accompany him
finding
quite
the
well.
right person, really.
It is obviously Porzingis was not that person.
Yeah.
So I think we're under the consideration that that was a dub for Washington, maybe.
Oh, major, major dub for them. Dallas could not have taken a harder L in that trade.
Definitely. And then the final trade that I want to talk about that happened on the deadline is the big four-way trade. We're not going to go through the whole thing, but pretty much the big thing that came out of that was Serge Ibaka going to the Bucks.
Yeah.
And as for the Bucks, who are without Brook Lopez pretty much until the playoffs at least, having a vet center in there who can then become a role player, you know, someone who can operate off the bench quite well. That's got to work wonders for Milwaukee there.
Yeah, I think Milwaukee, they were perfect in that trade. But, I mean, I don't think it was absolutely necessary. Like, I think it won't do anything bad for them, but I think that they could have been fine without it like, but I don't think it was a bad trade. Like, of course,
To be fair, I see
yeah.
where you're coming from because within that trade they lost Dante DiVincenzo to the Kings, and
Mm,
I like Dante as a player. You know, I feel like
yeah,
obviously the Bucks did end up winning, but it might have been a little bit easy for them if Dante wasn't injured for the whole of the playoffs. You know, he's a decent player who can come off the bench or maybe even start and put up decent numbers whenever you need, and he's a
100%.
decent defender too. But obviously, you've got the best the best big man, if you can call Giannis a big man. You got not even the best, but you've got the best player in the NBA at the moment.
Yeah, the most all-rounded player in the NBA as well. Like he can do it all now, and that's what I mean. Like he does the job of two and a half players
Yeah. So
while
very
being on the court.
surrounding him with players such as Ibaka,
Hmm.
because Giannis he ain't old yet,
Hmm. Nowhere near.
so he still probably does have some stuff to learn. I'm not saying Ibaka can provide that for him. Ibaka was only really a decent option for the Thunder and wherever else he was.
Yeah.
But surrounding him with vets, it's kind of just building a team that can challenge again
Yeah.
to retain your title. Maybe
And they are
don't.
challenging. I
Yeah.
do think, like, of course, like you said, Giannis, he's not old. He's in his prime, we could say. If it's not his prime, then I'm scared to find out what his prime will be. But I do think surrounding him with a couple more experienced players, like, it'll only just be better for him. Because
Yeah.
obviously Serge Ibaka's been in the game for a long time. He knows the game.
Hmm.
And, he's played against some of the best, with some of the best. So I don't think that will do anything bad for Giannis, like I said, or for the Bucks. But I don't think it was absolutely necessary either. But like you said, they are challenging, and I just think it makes their challenge a little bit stronger.
Fair, fair. Well, yeah, that's true. And then finally, when you talk about trades that did happen, it's also equally as important to talk about trades that didn't happen.
Mm.
And I think everyone was expecting the Lakers to make a move somehow, some way, but it didn't happen.
I want to say I'm shocked, but I'm not, truthfully, because I just didn't know what they would have done.
That's
Like,
true. That's true. Like, not only are you probably not going to get much for Westbrook, because Westbrook's probably the big piece that
yeah,
you would look to trade. Who wants Westbrook at the moment on the fucking
right now,
Lakers?
I don't think anyone wants him. And the thing is, I, as much as people don't want to believe it, I do think they're going to clinch at like the playoffs or the playing spot or something. Like, and they're going to be in the playoffs. I believe that. And that's when all these players, I think that like it's going to show should they have made a trade or not. Because when it comes to playoff time, and I do think Lakers will be in there, then it's going to show like however good or bad their playoff run is, should they have done something.
Hmm.
I don't know if keeping Westbrook was a good idea or not. I guess we'll see. But I mean, he's not done what everyone thought he was going to do at LA. That's the truth. But I don't know. I think I'd say leaving him at LA for the season was the right move in the end to see.
Yeah, definitely. And I th- they should get playing. Whether they get playoffs, no. And if AD does come back, obviously he went down injured again
Oh, yes,
at
I
the
forgot
injury.
about that.
There's potential that he should probably, if he's been evaluated in 4 to 6 weeks, that was when he actually did it. So it's probably more like three to five
Mm,
ish. Obviously, it's good that the All Star game kind of wipes out like a week of NBA
yeah,
action.
which is good for them. But I completely forgot about AD's injury, and I think that actually that in that sense maybe they could have made a trade. Obviously they wouldn't have known AD was
Yeah,
going to get injured, but I mean, he's a big piece for them since
yeah.
he's been back off the first injury. He's been balling out.
Well, yeah, exactly. So he's gonna miss about at least another month again, maybe another month and a half. The Lakers, a lot of media outlets saying they have the toughest remaining schedule out of any team in the NBA so
Mm,
far. They're already on a 27-31 split. I can
yeah.
see, I can just see that getting worse. And would I be surprised if they fell out? Not really.
Now that I just because I completely forgot about the AD injury. Now I actually want to retract my previous statement. I'm not sure now if they'll make the planes or not.
I think the fact is, it's kind of like I'm just gonna bring this back to football because it's on my mind.
Yeah,
It's in a way that in like a relegation scrap, for example,
yeah,
this is kind of what it's like. The teams below you aren't going to be winning many games,
yeah,
so all you need to do is just win as many, or if not more. than the teams
Yeah,
below you.
that's
And
kind
I
of
feel
the situation.
LeBron can just do that on his own.
Yeah.
Russ, he might have, as we're heading out of the All-Star game, he might turn it back up again.
I mean, there is always that Westbrook timeline. He plays amazing. He plays horrible. His amazing part needs to come back. It probably might come back after the All-Star game.
Yeah,
Who
definitely.
knows?
So I think, and like you said, I'd love to say that I'm shocked that the Lakers didn't make a trade, but the fact is, it could have it could have happened. Anything with LeBron
Mm,
could have happened, but there's no one really there that has good value. They
true.
don't really have many other draft picks to throw out because of the AD trade a few years ago. They're all in New Orleans or
Yeah,
elsewhere. So, it's tough, and we will obviously review this towards the end of the season. We said that the Lakers would be right near the top of the conference.
we did.
It's at the start of the season. They are ninth at the moment. Put it out all on the line. Do you
We
think they're going to
will.
be in that top 10?
I don't know. I'm gonna say yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say yeah.
fair. Yeah, like I said, I can't see many teams below them winning more games than the Lakers will.
Hmm.
So anyway, obviously we will review that at the end of the season. It'd be insane if the Lakers don't make it
It would
with
be
with the
crazy.
players that they had, especially given the hype that they had at the start of the year. One thing that does have hype this year, though, is the All-Star game. Does it have
Yes,
hype? Or
I
is that
think
just
it has hype.
fair? Then it was a good segue. The all- one th- one thing that doesn't hype me up, though, is the fact that Kevin Durant doesn't know how to draft an All-Star team.
Oh my days,
He's
he
done
got
it for this.
smoked.
This is the second year in a row he's let LeBron, Giannis, and Steph be on the same team. Obviously, LeBron, he can't do anything about LeBron being on the other team. But stop this is the All-Star game. Embiid's a good player, but stop drafting him first. We can't let Giannis, LeBron, and Steph be on the same team. It's not fair.
It is really unfair. I mean, that's why I'm just excited to see Team LeBron just do the business again.
Especially given that, unlike last year where LeBron barely played because there was no fans and no one was hyped about it,
Yeah.
I can see him playing a little bit more this year.
Oh yeah, now obviously people are gonna go crazy for this one.
Yeah.
Obviously the fans are hyped, especially after the lackluster weekend that has been, the All-Star weekend so far.
Yeah.
People are gonna want to see some entertaining basketball tonight. Me
Yeah, definitely.
especially.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're gonna just have to just give it, just everything they want to do. They just need to go crazy. But Durant, I mean, I don't know. I just find it funny. Like I even saw the one where he didn't pick Harden, and then everyone was laughing at him, and
That
I
was
don't know.
funny. I mean, Rudy Gobert probably very happy that he didn't get picked last for yet another All-Star game. This man gets picked last all of the time because why the hell is it? Like we said, he's the best defensive player in the NBA. No
Yeah.
doubt about it, but you don't tune into an All-Star game for defense.
No, that's true. That is true.
So yeah, obviously, well, there's going to be no Harden anyway because he's pulled out because of injury.
Yeah.
So Jarrett Allen's taking his place, which that's who I was voting for.
You were really happy about that one. You were.
Yeah.
You were gassed.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man, I'm genuine. I'm looking at Team LeBron again. It's not even the fact that they've got Giannis, Steph, and LeBron that's stupid. It's the fact they've also got DeRozan and Jokic filling out that starting five. KD, man, what are you doing?
I mean, he ain't even playing. He don't care. He's not even playing.
You just left them out. Like,
I think they should just go back to East versus West.
how do you think? I kind of like this whole format because it kind of like, in the way that it creates funny moments, especially in
does.
the whole draft thing. The whole LeBron picking AD and Giannis calling
Yeah.
it tampering. That was funny. The whole like, because obviously this happened like, the draft happened like hours after the trade, and Kevin Harlan asking Durant how his what his reactions were, if he was wanted to tell his reactions after the trade, and Durant was
funny.
like, I was like, nah, I'm good.
It was
just
funny.
It's quite funny. I love LeBron, man. I think LeBron's hilarious.
He was really funny in that. Like, oh, he's so jokes. But actually, no, I'll speak on it later because it's kind of off topic.
Fair. Well, you're just looking at the team. It has to be a LeBron win. Annoyingly enough,
It will
but
be. It'll be a
but we
blowout as
will
well.
talk about that later.
Mm,
When we do our big prediction.
yeah.
I think genuinely it's probably going to be a case of someone's going to have to pick Durant, and I think it's going to have to be like a random number generator or something like that because no one wants to pick Team Durant on this one.
No.
As a Bulls fan though, it's kind of like 50-50. I've got a player on either side.
That's true.
At least
I
Durant
mean,
picked Zach.
I guess the main prediction will be who we both think is going to be the MVP.
Yeah, I guess, but obviously we might get that wrong, and then what happens?
Then his peak. Then his peak.
But anyway, before that big game happens, obviously we got the antics of what happened before, and I did a video last year, reviewing the whole All-Star game, but I spent a good like 4 or 5 minutes talking about the dunk contest and how whack it was. And then this year it's
It
happened.
was. It was so.
It's been even worse.
It was so bad. I've seen high school like kids put on entertaining dunks than that. Like that was so boring. I'm so glad I didn't stay up for that and I just watched the highlights. Cause oh my days, that was just so poor. And then Shaq on the Instagram, that was hilarious. But oh,
So what we saying the main highlight was? The main highlight was Cole Anthony dunking in Timberland boots. That's kind of what the timeline was saying
literally
throughout the whole thing.
that has to be the most entertaining thing. Cause that, I mean, Timberland boots are heavy. I will say they're really heavy. So for him to do that is quite impressive.
Yeah,
But like just
it
the whole,
wasn't a bad dunk that he did either. To be
it
fair,
was pretty nice.
yeah.
But like just the whole thing was just so why like
Is it a case of there being like let me lay this out. Don't answer too quickly. Is it
okay.
a case of there's been no star power in it, so no one's really caring, or is it a case of the fact that the dunk contest has been going on for so long that it's hard to come up with so many unique dunks?
You know what? I'd say a bit of both. Now that you mentioned it, like obviously coming up with unique dunks is quite hard to find now, especially because we've seen them all. But also the star power thing as well. Like if you
Yeah,
look at some of the greatest dunk contests, like we've seen MJ in there type of thing. We all remember Zach Levine. Like like now you don't really catch that anymore.
no,
And then again with the whole like unique dunks, that's so true because the last time I saw a dunk that I was really, really impressed by was when someone dunked over Shaq. And I don't
Mhm.
think I can see anything more impressive after that.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think it was last year someone dunked over Taco Fall, which is kind of the
Mm.
same thing. But obviously, with no fans, it's a bit hard.
It was
Like,
dry.
it's not even. It's also a case of the dunks, but it's also a case of what you do as well as the dunk. We've
Yeah,
got people like jumping over cars.
literally.
The DeAndre, what I've Dwight Howard. My word, DeAndre Jordan. No, the Dwight Howard Superman kind of thing.
Yes.
A lot of people just they come up with the unique ideas. Timberland boots, probably not on the level.
Yeah.
We could
I
probably
mean,
we could probably do a tier list of all of these
that's
unique
that's an idea.
dunk setups.
That's a nice idea.
But yeah,
I mean,
Timberlands, like I said, they are heavy, but I don't think it's not
it's
enough.
not like the most impressive thing I've seen. It's
No.
quite like I was like, oh, okay, but that's about it. I was just shocked. Do you think they should add like a lot more veterans into the like dunk contest to make it like exciting kind of thing?
What put like when you say veterans, do you mean veterans that were good at dunking, or veterans like
Like in the
Kendrick?
game right now,
If
so for
if they,
example,
if they
like
just put like
LeBron.
Kendrick Perkins in the dunk contest, like
No, like a
I could jump higher than Kendrick Perkins could, so I don't think we're seeing many dunks there. Um,
like a LeBron and kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like just these guys who are like been in the game for a long time, and we know they like LeBron can dunk kind of thing. Or maybe like what you just said, like for example, I don't know if they had Vince Carter dunking again. Like
I think it's a case that it's something that Adam Silver and the NBA need to look over and then maybe revamp like they did with the skills challenge,
Yeah,
which was good, like they did with the Rising Stars challenge, which was
yeah.
interesting and good. You know, they had that whole I didn't even know was happening before the I
It
saw it
was like
the
an
next day,
iconic shots thing.
the twos thing, and
Mm.
Scotty Barnes missed like 6 free throws. Not even free throws, like it was
He was just He was just hitting bricks.
no, but yeah, like that was good. That was entertaining.
Mm.
I feel the dunk contest is something that needs looking over and maybe
Definitely,
revamping. I
definitely.
don't really know how they're gonna do it though, because I feel like the system in which it works in is good, but I don't know how they can revamp it so it's more interesting. You know, that'll try and like entice back your Aaron
Mm.
Gordons and your Zach Levines.
Yeah,
It'll entice your Ja Morants
yeah.
to actually play it. You know, you never know. I don't really know how they're gonna do it. I'm blank. I don't have anything.
They will have to come up with something. I will
Hmm.
say.
Yeah, definitely. And then, well, other other than the dunk contest, the 3-point contest was shocking, and I feel I've gone to put my clown paint on by saying cat made me put clown paint on.
You
We
made us
we we
both put it on by the looks of last week.
we were dunking on him, and
We,
then he came through.
I mean,
Good thing.
I'm shocked.
I think the whole media is shocked. You know,
Yeah, no
he
one really
he had
suspected that.
he had the longest odds to actually win it,
It's
and he came
crazy.
through. You know, I'm trying to think when the last time a centre won a 3-point contest was. Definitely hasn't happened in
Mm.
since I started watching
I
the
can't
NBA.
think
I
of
mean,
it. I mean,
a centre being in the 3-point contest
it was shocking enough.
has hardly happened since I've started watching the NBA.
But I guess
Yeah,
we were right in saying Steph stepping out kind of added a lot more entertainment to it, or a lot more like, kind of
it kind
who's
of
gonna
blew it
win.
open a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah, because I mean, if Steph was there, Cat's never winning the 3-point contest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, maybe if Steph did play, the reception that Cleveland were giving him, he might have been thrown off a little bit. Did you see that?
They were quite tough. Like
Yeah,
they were.
he got booed a lot.
Hmm.
He wasn't even playing.
I mean, you never know. But then again, it is Steph. I mean, I don't know. I thought Trey Young was gonna come through.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, I backed my boy, and Zach LaVine had a stinker. So, but yeah, I
But
mean,
that's the 3-point contest. You never
it
really
is.
know.
You know,
Unless Steph Curry's in it, you never really know.
yeah, anything can happen. And obviously, Cat winning is big.
And very big.
A, a big man. He's he is very big. Yes,
He is very big.
but also just it shows that Cat I think is slept on when it comes to. Obviously, he has been picked for the All Star team this year, but I
Yeah,
think he is slept on when it comes to him actually being a good player because he plays for the Timberwolves.
it's true. I mean, when we was talking about like people being picked in the All Star game, he was one of the people that I said, should he really be in there now?
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, looks like he's proven both of us wrong. Like, where's the paint, bro? Because I'm gonna need some too.
Yeah.
Like,
Look, if there's anything that we get proven wrong a lot
that is very true.
on
Like,
this
we getting
podcast.
mugged off recently. Like, we're getting these NBA players do not like us.
No, man. Except, well, I mean, I was about to say except the Hornets, but the Hornets aren't even do that well either. Yeah,
Mm,
your fourth place prediction not looking that good so far for
it's a bit.
them. But yeah, anyway, heading into probably the last thing I want to talk about, which is the actual All Star game itself. We obviously touched on the draft.
Mm,
It's obviously following the same format as last time, which is hella confusing and complicated. But it's gonna be interesting. I like
yeah,
the whole you got to hit a target,
yeah,
and it's not really like a quarter based thing, which is what I kind of liked about the Rising Stars game as well, in the
yeah.
way that you just had to hit 50
Mm,
points, and there wasn't really much of a time limit.
mm.
Um, but yeah, what do we actually think is going to happen? Just loose predictions.
I mean,
What is anyone going to show up? Is anyone going to kind of like make us feel, damn, I wasn't expecting that from him. kind of thing. You know, we had Giannis shooting perfect from the field
I
last
think
year.
although everyone knows it's going to be entertaining, I think LaMelo Ball is going to be unreal in this game because this is like his forte kind of thing in terms of he's very like
Flashy.
showful. Yeah, he's very flashy. He's got a lot of flair about him. I feel like this is his game.
Yeah.
But I also think that maybe John Morant might come and do something. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah,
I feel like
I was gonna give Ja Morant a bit of a dark horse for maybe even All-Star MVP, but I'm not gonna choose him for that. Here's a bold prediction from me.
okay.
But barring Rudy Gobert, so I think Rudy Gobert is probably gonna hit the least minutes. Andrew Wiggins is gonna have the least minutes out of anyone other than Rudy Gobert.
I don't know. I feel like considering the fact that he's a starter and everyone didn't believe it, I think like they're just gonna keep him on for the memes, like just
I
for the
think,
kicks.
like genuinely, I think it's gonna be two extremes. I think it's either gonna be what I just said, or he's
Or
gonna
he's
like,
gonna pull out 45 minutes.
and like potentially win MVP. Like,
Imagine they just only give him the ball. Like they just be like, right, guys, every time you see Wiggins open, give him the ball. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like they're gonna try and do something outrageous. Like imagine, hey, Wiggins with the
yeah,
MVP in hand, the Kobe trophy in his hand.
yeah. I also feel that um the plus minus for Durant's bench, it's going to be positive compared to the Stars. It's going to be negative, and I feel like that's gonna kind of shape up how the game's gonna go in the way that, you know, Durant's starters definitely aren't as good as what LeBron has.
Mm.
But I feel like when it comes to the bench, maybe other than Luka, who LeBron has, you know, you're looking Devin Booker, Zach LaVine, Cat. I think Durant's bench is so much better. So I feel, you know, you never know. I think it depends. I also feel that Zach is gonna pull out a dunk, and then someone in the commentary booth is gonna go like, "That's better than all of the dunks we saw yesterday in the dunk contest."
You just know someone's gonna say that. I won't be surprised.
But yeah, pretty much that's kind of my predictions for the main moments that's gonna happen. Have you got anything kind of similar to that?
I'm just I'm just excited to see LaMelo, man. Literally, yeah, you know how much I like him. I'm just excited to see Melo. That's you know what? They might as well just tell everyone to start not playing. Just give Melo the ball. That's all I want to see. Like, I'm just excited.
Fair, fair. Well, I mean, be very funny if Lamelo plays like 8 minutes.
Yeah, imagine he's just on for 2 minutes, and they're like, "All right, guys, Melo's on the bench now," and he got 1 point, and
Sully's repainting the clown makeup on his
yeah,
face.
yeah, I washed it off like, and I put it back on.
No, but anyway, for the last thing that we're gonna do today, is predict what the outcome's gonna be. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I always look forward to the All-Star game. You know, it's a big game no matter what the circumstances are. Big things happen no matter what the circumstances are. You know, I feel no fans last year, bit dead, but there was still a Giannis to Steph alley oop.
Yeah, that was
Giannis still went crazy, and I and then obviously, so something mad's gonna happen. Someone's gonna win the All Star Game MVP. I don't think it's gonna be Giannis though. Personally,
Who do you think is
I
it?
feel this is the main thing because are we both gonna be voting LeBron or are we making
Oh,
someone
I'm
vote
definitely
Durant?
not voting LeBron.
Are we making anyone vote Durant or you know what?
You,
We make
should we get a coin? I feel like that's the only fair way.
let me try. Right, I got a coin.
Okay.
Right, call it for LeBron. For LeBron, call it.
LeBron's heads.
So what are you called? Heads.
I'll go. Um,
So
hold on. Wait, how are we even doing this? We didn't
this
even
is still
decide.
deep take.
Okay, hold on.
So LeBron's heads, Durant's tails, and I'll let you call.
Okay, but then if I get it right, then what?
So if you call heads, you
Yeah.
get to choose LeBron. But if it's tails, you're left with Durant.
Okay. I hear that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right then, heads.
Yeah, I dropped it.
Ah, really? That's so convenient how you dropped it.
No, I'll flip again.
Okay.
I'm awful at this, you know. Right. It's heads.
So does that mean I get
Yeah,
to
you get LeBron.
predict LeBron?
You get LeBron.
Yes. Listen, you never know, man. It's the
Well,
All-Star game.
not only do you get LeBron, I have extra editing to do because I have to bleep out my swearing. Well, you get LeBron, but that doesn't mean that the MVP that I'm choosing is going to be on Team Durant because no, it's not happening.
Yeah, that
So,
can be on anyone. That can be on anyone's team, to be fair.
so I'm choosing the GOAT, DeMar DeGoatzen.
DeMar DeGoat. That's crazy.
The
I mean,
Marvels.
to say I just got Team LeBron. You know who I think the MVP is gonna be.
So right, okay, that's hella confusing now.
Yo, should we just switch teams?
Right, okay.
Okay. LaMelo, brilliant.
Just reverse it.
Reverse it. Just that is calm. Listen.
The coin was tails. You have Durant now. Right.
I mean, I think LaMelo Ball is going to be the MVP. I think in terms of entertainment, that's what people want. People are going to vote for him, or maybe they might just meme vote A Wiggins. I don't know, but
And now I actually feel that this is delusion from you. Delusion is a mental illness, Sully. I think you.
Listen, remember this, guys. This is gonna come out in like a few hours, and he's saying this. Just wait and see when LaMelo Ball has the Kobe in his hand. I told you first. I'm the only person that probably told you.
Right. Okay. Well, like, I'll happily let you prove me wrong, but it's not gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. I'm telling you.
What a way it went today, man. I feel that was so like beaten.
I told you all about Ben Simmons first. I'm telling you about this now.
Okay, fair. Well, you also said that the Hornets would finish fourth for me. So who said that? Okay,
That wasn't
that wasn't
me.
me. What?
We both made some bold
I
predictions.
didn't
To be
know
fair.
that.
You know what? I can't wait for the year-end review. That's
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
so
crazy.
funny. It's gonna be so funny.
Anyway, we will review this. Not next week because I'm not here, so no video next week, unfortunately.
Oh.
But the week after we will review this, and I don't know if LaMelo Ball wins MVP, I will wear clown makeup to the next.
He will wear Man United top for the next podcast.
I don't own one of them.
Don't worry, you can have mine.
Right,
It's cool.
sure. He's gonna. Fine. I'll wear Man United top to the next podcast. If this happens, I'm very.
I'm gonna give you my Ronaldo one as well.
Oh dear me.
Oh, I'm excited now.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this pre All-Star episode of Beyond the Arc. Hopefully this does get released before the All-Star game. I kind of usually release it like towards the evening, but I kind of don't really mind on this one. I just want it out before the All-Star game. So if you're listening to this, if it came out very late, then good on you. Free cookie.
Big ups to you, man.
Anyway, like and subscribe. Check out our Instagram. Share out the podcast.
Tell your friends.
Exactly, man. And we will see you guys in the future. Peace.